I guess Ghanaians are now very, very tired of all these accusations, counter accusations, and all of it. I remember after the President Kufuor government went out of power, there was this accusation against one of them. I think the Honorable Asamoah Boateng and his wife at the time. And we're all watching, waiting. I don't know what came out of that case. I think eventually they were acquitted and discharged. Then the Akufo-Addo regime also came in, and then Woyomi was the star accused person. It went on, and I remember he went to the Human Rights Court in Arusha, Tanzania. In fact, I remember I was on a flight with him at the time, and I saw him at the Kenya lounge and all that. And then we went on and on and on. Then we had the Opuni trial, and we had the, I can go on, I can list all these trials, okay? And then the President Mahama regime comes, and all the star accused persons, amazingly, the Attorney General, that's Honorable Ayine, says that there's no, he files a nolle prosequi, which means that the prosecution have ended the case and the defendants are released from charges. And, it's all so confusing. Then we come to another drama. Now what's his name? The buffer stock person, the national service person. Ghanaians are exhausted. We are tired. We don't even know what to do. Then the same Attorney General who has, discontinued the prosecution of all these operatives is now coming up with prosecution of a tall list of other allegations against other persons belonging to the past NPP regime. It is sickening. It is tiresome. For once, let's have the rules of natural justice prevailing. What are the two foundations of natural justice? The first one is, don't be a judge in your own courts. Nemo judas in causa sua.
You think that's what he is doing?
Wait, don't be a judge in your own courts. That's number one. Then the second rule is that all the alteram pattern. Let's hear both sides. Now, the question is, with the AG coming on with all the continuation of this release of other people, but then trying to prosecute other people and telling us from his own court in the media, doesn't it violate a principle of natural justice? That's number one. Number two, telling us his side without us hearing the other side. Isn't there also another violation of the principles of natural justice? One, don't be a judge in your own court. And two, give the other side the opportunity to be heard. So please, we are tired. We are so tired. We don't want any breach of the rules of natural justice by the Attorney General. Not anymore. Ghanaians want to hear both sides, and we don't want him to be a judge in his own court. The courts are there. Unfortunately, the Chief Justice was, violently removed in manners that some of us are still not happy about. But, we still have the courts. The courts are there. Let him go to court. After whatever, we will be reading the trial, following the hearings, and then if there's a decision taken, if the prosecution is not discontinued, then we can come up with, we can teach as lecturers that this is what transpired, this is what happened, this was the decision, or this was not the decision. But please remember one thing: when a nolle prosequi is filed, it doesn't mean that the parties have been acquitted. It means the state may refile charges. So those who have benefited from the nolle prosequi should know that the state can refile charges. Thank you.
Okay, so you are claiming that the Attorney General has acquitted certain individuals or filed nolle
Yes, now I'm
prosequi.
claiming, are we not in Ghana?
Yes, but
look at the history. We are studying it. We are
Madam,
all watching it.
Auntie Gloria, if you would allow me to ask my question, the inference I'm getting from that statement is that you think the Attorney General is doing political and selective prosecution. That's what you're claiming.
No, I believe as a lawyer that the Attorney General is rather breaching the rules of natural justice.
But earlier you mentioned that NPP representatives are rather being prosecuted, whilst those who are seen to be associated with the governing party are being acquitted, and the AG has gone to court to file nolle prosequi.
They have been over 50 cases.
Yes,
they have been.
But again,
those are the facts.
Yes, but again,
I'm talking about facts.
Yes.
I'm not speculating.
You're aware that in July, the Attorney General directed Iyoko, for instance, to investigate 2 NDC executives involved in illegal mining, including Joseph Yamin. You don't think that that's also a sign of showing that irrespective of who you are, I'm going to come for you if I find evidence against you?
But how about those who were no longer, their prosecutions were stopped? How about that? And the numbers.
So you still stand by the fact that you think the AG is doing selective prosecution?
We are talking about facts, my dear. We are not speculating. We are talking about facts. We are talking about history.
Again, I heard you say that in previous years, we've seen governments come and they raise issues of allegation against certain individuals, and you don't see where those cases end up. Did I hear you say that perhaps you foresee that this is going...
I started with the Honorable Asamoah Boateng and his wife. You know, the drama went on and on and on and on. And, you know, they were acquitted and discharged. And I'm talking of Woyome. I don't know what happened to Woyome, but I remember there was a flight to Tanzania through Kenya that I happened to be on. And I know he went to the human rights court.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yes. And
then we saw this drama of, you know, filing... what do you call it, no cases for about 50 persons by the present Attorney General. And then the drama continues. And this time we are hearing it from his side as a judge in his own court. And we are also hearing it from only one side. And those two are breaches of the rules of natural justice. The foundation of natural justice are 2. Don't be a judge in your own court. And let's always hear the other side. Always.
And you've made that point very clearly, but I just wanted to ask for clarity. Did you say that looking at the drama that was associated with the previous cases, that you're saying that you didn't even see the end of it? You foresee that these things would, or these cases that the AG is talking about would end up the same way? Is that what I hear you saying?
It's possible, because if the Oponik trial and all that has ended, because the AG says there's no need to, he does not wish to prosecute, what is going to happen to this?
But as a citizen and as a lawyer, I'm just wondering, aren't you worried about these revelations that have come up, irrespective of the individuals involved, and the fact that whether it's as a result of greed or institutional failure, we've had people launder such huge sums of money?
It's worrisome, but as I said, I'm a lawyer, the AG is a lawyer. We always want to hear both sides. Here he has said the guy has done, he has alleged that the guy has done this and that and that. And then the guy has also put it out on social media, not in the court. We are waiting for it to be in court, that it's not true and he stands by his integrity and all that. How can I be a judge in this matter? I can't. The courts are there. And that's why the judiciary should be treated with equal, you know, magnanimity as the executive. They are a very powerful part of our democracy. And so we need to see what they have to say and the decisions they have to make. And we just hope and pray that this time the Attorney General will not decide that he does not wish to prosecute.
From what you're saying, it seems obvious that you're not enthused about the Attorney General's modus operandi, as it were. But what are your expectations?
It's not a matter of I'm not enthused. As a former lecturer in administrative law, I don't know what to teach, because here we are saying that the principles and rules of natural justice. Don't be a judge in your own court. and always listen to the other side. Let's see the other side, the alternative. But we don't see it. So this is clearly a breach of the rules of natural justice, which are fundamental in our common law.
The AG's reason, as he's told us openly, for coming out with these charges, as it were, and also going
and
to court.
And some other charges, right?
Well, he said he's going to court tomorrow with the charges that he read out to us yesterday. That those who are wondering, per your argument, whether or not the AG shouldn't prosecute at all, because at the end of the day, he's supposed to ensure that the state's money is used, prudently, and for the benefits of the Ghanaian people.
The AG must go to court, and then an independent judge or jury will listen to him. That is how the processes are done. He shouldn't come into the media and be a judge in his own court. And he should, I keep repeating, I don't mind, it's so that others will understand me. And he should not let us hear only one side. Our courts are there to hear both sides, and our courts and judiciary are there with all the infrastructure, the judicial service, all the support. They are there to also be independent judges and jury in this alleged criminal matter, alleged.
During one of the press conferences,
involving all these suspects,
during one of the
convicts, they are suspects because they are suspected. But that is only after a court of law has listened to both sides, taking the evidence. Then the court, can decide whether they are mere suspects who should be discharged or they are convicts who should be convicted. It's about time we saw that. For a long time, we've not seen that, because the previous, there was the Honorable Asamoah Boateng, the Woyome, then the previous 50 or so cases that have been, where the AG says he does not wish to prosecute. And now we have this set of cases. I'll call them upcoming dramas so far.
During one of the press conferences by the Attorney General, he did answer the question about why he's coming out publicly. He said that these are serious cases that a lot of Ghanaians are interested in. And at least as an Attorney General, he has the duty to update Ghanaians on how far investigations have gone and even what charges have been preferred against these individuals. And we even know that as at now, Edubuahin has been charged. His case is ongoing. Gift Yoware, as well as the former executive director of NSS, all have been charged. And he says that these updates are necessary to keep Ghanaians updated on what's going on. You don't think that is important?
Why did he not update us when it came to his decision not to, to prosecute the other matters? We also need an update. We need an update, and it's also in the interest of those persons for us to have an update, because it does not amount to an acquittal. And the state may, at some point in time, refile those charges.
Let me get your final thoughts on this moving forward, then I'll come to the rest of the panel here. Perhaps I'll let you hold on, because they may have some questions for you that you may have to respond to.
The panels are the ones asking me questions, isn't I?
No, of course, but sometimes you make some points and there are some clarity, some clarity that they may need. But let me come to you, Madam Ayine, because I realized you were reacting when Auntie Gloria was talking.
Oh, no, I was just reacting to the fact that Auntie Gloria might think that this is another goose chase. And I just wanted to say that in this Fourth Republic, we have had people jailed. We had from 2018, some people were jailed. We've had, right from this Fourth Republic, we've had Victor Salome, we've had Chachu Chikata, we've had Bafo Boni, Ibrahim Adam, a Greek minister some time ago, William Tetevi, Alhaji Salifu Mimina Osman. And all these people were jailed for causing financial loss to the state. It took the same process, I believe. And these people were jailed during the era of the MPP, and they were all NDC members. So I am very sure that they went through a process, and they got to this level where they were all jailed for causing financial loss, some for conspiracy, and others for other reasons. So I think that we should give the AG the benefit of the doubt, and we should hope that he is going to go according to the laws of this country and do due diligence to whatever cases are before him, and that if people have to go to jail, yes, so be it. They will go to jail.
Auntie Gloria, if you could answer that. I'm just gleaning from what she's saying.
I think Mother is making a statement.
Yes,
and
but
she's also referring to history.
Okay.
And there's even another one, what do you call it? During the 2012-2016 regime of President Mahama, some
started by late President Mills.
of his, about two of President Mills and President Mahama. 2012-2016 was strictly President Mahama. It was 2009 to 2012, mid-2012 that we had President J.E.A. Mills. Now, there were some NDC persons, about two of them, jailed, right? They were
jailed in 2018.
They were tried and then they were convicted for some funds involving the youth and employment.
That was in the Jida case.
Yes, that is also something that was done by the then president involving his own people, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, which is commendable. However, we are talking about now where about 50 cases have been, there's been a decision that the Attorney General does not wish to prosecute. And then he turns around and comes into the media prosecuting some other cases. That is a breach
so we've had
the rules of natural justice. The right thing must be done. The cases must be determined in a court of law by independent judges and jury, and then we are watching, we are studying, we are looking at it.
We've had the Attorney General say that, and repeatedly, even yesterday, he did say that before you go to court and prosecute anybody, you must have that solid evidence. And that those, especially for those who are supporting the Attorney General, that if the Attorney General doesn't have that amount of evidence to prosecute, how do you expect him to go ahead with it? But again, the point I was making earlier as regards what I gleaned from what Madam Ayine said was that this same process has been used to prosecute both MPP and NDC members in the past. Are you now doubting the kind of process we have in place?
I'm not. That's why I'm saying the Attorney General should work with that process. I'm not.
So
that is democracy, the third arm of government, the judiciary. That is what they are there for.
What's the difference between that
to settle disputes, to work on disputes. So that is the process. So the process must be used, not the media, and then not social media. Because yesterday he said something at a press conference, then the suspect also said something on social media. Why don't we have the courts?
But at the end of the day,
or is it because a chief justice has been violently removed, so the courts don't exist? The courts are there.
You keep referring to the Chief Justice, which is not a subject we are discussing today. But the AG made it clear that he's going to court, and I said earlier as well.
Then please, he should go to court. We don't want anything in the media. It's a violation of the rules of natural justice.
Professor Fosu-Mensah, you want to react to what Auntie Gloria is saying?